One of the things that people fail to consider when they are looking to buy an RV is what their needs are. What are they going to do with it? How much space do they need? How many people are going to be traveling when they go? What types of trips are they going to take? And what can they afford? If you don't think about these things, what winds up happening is that you buy an RV, you think it's going to be good because maybe it was reasonably priced, or there was something about it that you liked. And then after a few months you become uncomfortable with it and you wind up selling it or trading it for something else, and you start a cycle that can be very frustrating and very expensive. But many people don't know how to figure out how to choose an RV that meets their needs. One thing you need to know is that living space in an RV, regardless of how big it is limited. It's nothing like your house. And if you are choosing an RV for full-time living, this is something you really need to consider because you're going to be in it all the time. If you're just choosing an RV for short-term travel, like little fishing trips and things like that, that's a different story. You can make do with a smaller one. So you have to really think about this. An RV has to have everything you need to be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're going to be miserable, and your trips are not going to be worth having. Also, you should know that coaches are actually rated for living and traveling in various types of weather. So it's best to choose an all-weather unit to ensure that it will hold up no matter where you are. There's a group called RV Consumer Group that you can find online, and they publish every year a booklet that rates all of the RVs. So that's something you might want to consider. It's a little pricey, but it's worth having because it's something that's going to affect you long term. But they do include pretty much every make, model, and so forth of RV. So it's a good thing to have. So how do you choose an RV that meets your needs? Well, you physically go and you look at them. You sit on the furniture to see if it has good back support. You lay on the bed to see if the mattress is a nice one or one of those cheapies that they put in most of the RVs that they sell. You look to see if the shower is big enough. If you like to cook, you check the cooking supplies and the countertops. If you have a computer, you look to see if there's a place to put that. And then you have to look at your finances. Is this something you can afford? RVs can become very expensive if you're not careful. There's an old saying, there's no such thing as a cheap RV, and that's true. So you just have to look at everything before you buy, and you have to comparison shop. Look at different types. Can you make do with something that's 25 feet long, or do you need something that's 45 feet long? There is a huge difference in living comfort in those. But which type can you drive? That's another thing you have to think about. How good are your driving skills? Can you take classes? Will you take classes? These are all things on the list. So consider everything. Make a list. Make a list of what you really want, and don't settle for less. If you can't work it out, then maybe this isn't the time for you to buy a unit. Maybe you should just rent some and see how you do with them. I really think, although that's an expensive option, I really think that's not a bad idea for you if you're just starting out. That way you haven't invested tens of thousands of dollars, and you still, you still see what you can get. So with that in mind, if you liked what you heard here and you want to hear more, please press the subscribe button and join me for our journey on living the dream. Thank you for stopping by.